All right. Good morning, all of you. Once again, we have very interesting personality today for art conversation. Directly from Mumbai, India. We have with us Rupesh Tillu. Rupesh, Rupesh. Oh, oh. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome, Rupesh. Welcome on the art conversation.
Yeah.
So, for all our audience, Rupesh Tillu is from Mumbai and he works as a clown. He is, just let me check. Okay, so Rupesh has completed his education from National School of Dramatic Arts, Sweden, and he holds a
Stop.
degree in, yeah, you want to say
Yeah.
something?
No. Go on.
Okay,
I
okay.
like when people talk about me good things, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so you did the MFA in physical comedy from National School
Yeah.
of Dramatic Arts, and you are the founder of Red Nose Entertainment.
Yeah.
All right, so we are interested to know what do you mean by physical comedy first?
Physical comedy. I mean, physical comedy. It's hard to define in few sentences,
Okay.
but what I would say that something where your body, mind, and soul is involved, and when all three aspects of your being is involved, and that creates emotional heightened that creates tension, which is emotional tension,
Hmm.
and you find a release and you laugh. So in simple words, you use your body more than your words.
All right, and whatever we know, you work as a clown, right?
Yeah.
So what exactly you do? Like, are you work
For me,
in a circus?
most of us know clowning either from circus or McDonald's or
Yeah.
Joker film.
Right.
But it goes beyond that, I would say, because for me, clown or clowning, it's not, it's just an art form, but it's also a philosophy.
Hmm.
And for me, anything that comforts the disturbed and disturbs the comfortable is a clown.
Oh,
So for me, it's we try to physicalize it. We try, that's our need, that we want to put things in boxes. But
hmm.
I think it's beyond. It's the mindset. It's the philosophy. And when we see philosophy in practice, for me, that is where the clown arises, or that is where the clown becomes alive. Wherever you see somebody is disturbing the comfortable people and comforting the disturbed people. And if you achieve that, you're a clown. So we have many in our culture, I would say Indian culture, we have many clowns. For me, even Krishna is a clown. Many people might get angry about that, but because we have a negative connotation attached to clowning with circuses,
Yeah.
like in circuses we always saw small people or people who don't, according to the norms, they are a little bit odd, so we made them clowns, because in old times people couldn't take care of them, so they just gave it away to circuses.
Right.
And that's our understanding of clown. But if you just go beyond, you will realize Krishna is also clown, because what he does, he has a lotus flower in one hand and his Sudarshan Chakra in another.
Right.
So if you're good to me, I give you that, or I do. So clowning for me, where you actually can achieve the extremes, being a balanced person. And that is very difficult, because you cannot be always emotional. We are always in emotional turmoil. But clown is someone who is emotionally stable but can achieve the extremes. or extreme emotions. So,
All right.
and Trump is also clown
Yeah, that we all know
because
about.
because when American society thought they have achieved all the ideas of democracy, they have achieved the liberty, they have achieved everything that is prescribed as a democratic value.
Mm-hmm.
Trump comes and disturbs everything.
Yeah.
That's why he's also a clown.
Right.
So not necessarily clowns are always good or bad. You can't judge them because they are far smart.
Okay, so what I can take from whatever you're saying right now is there is a clown. There must be clown in everyone.
Absolutely, there is. If you are a human being, there is a clown residing within you. It just, we are not allowed to bring it out in social setups.
Yeah.
That's what we have been taught.
Right.
Because imagine when you were a kid, there wasn't a judgment on you, there wasn't a social pressure on you, so you were so present, you were responding and reacting to your environment. If somebody tells you don't press the red button, tell that to a child who is like 10-year-old.
Yeah.
First thing they're going to do is press the red button. Yeah, because you're curious, you're interested in life, and anytime and every time you're interested in life, you're curious, there is a clown within you. But the social norms tells us sit straight, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. So they try constantly to put you in a box, and the
Mm-hmm.
clown inside you always want to break away from that box.
Okay.
But not everybody has that opportunity to come out of that box because the pressure, the social pressure is too much. So
Right.
definitely there is a clown within us, all of us.
So that sounds very comfortable, maybe for many people. But
Yes.
okay, I'm curious to know what you're wearing. Okay,
Wearing,
yeah, the red nose that you're wearing.
yes.
I heard it's the
This is
smallest mask on earth.
this is the smallest mask in the world.
Yeah. And what happens when you
You
wear
know,
it?
by wearing this mask, you unmask people. You unmask
Okay.
people. You actually, all of us are wearing masks when we meet in social setup and society.
Right.
Uh, Now you are wearing a mask of a interviewer. I am
Mm-hmm.
wearing a mask of a person that knows something. But the moment I have it, I don't care. Whatever you are, I don't care. I'm just myself. I can just be whatever. I can just go up.
That's wonderful.
So basically, it just liberates you. It
Mm-hmm.
liberates you from all the social norms, social pressure. Is the most liberating experience when you wear the mask. But at the same time, because there is no pressure of judgment. You
Yeah.
know, when we have this face, it's recognizable.
Right.
Next time you meet someone and say, Rupesh Tillu, he's like that, he's like that, he's like that. The moment I have a red mask, I'm not Rupesh Tillu.
Yeah.
I am this, and I'm my real self. And that is the most liberating thing. But I can also tell you a little bit technical things about it.
Yeah.
Why red?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
clown deals with extreme emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because clown's job in the society is not to make people laugh. People have wrong uh,
Impression.
people have wrong understanding about that. That clown, that means you have to make people laugh. No, I'm talking about performing clown, not philosophical clown.
Yeah.
uh, Performing clown on stage, clown's job is not to make people laugh. Clown's job is to give people heightened emotional experience. And when you give heightened emotional experience, there are only three ways that you can have the emotional cleansing.
Okay.
And those three ways is either you can laugh, or you can cry,
Mm-hmm.
or you can become violent.
Oh.
That's the only three way. And I'm not talking in the air. There's a lot of research about this. So the
Okay.
moment you have an emotional tension, you can only release it by three ways. Either you become violent, you can cry, or you can laugh. See, all these three emotions, when you experience, you feel light. After you laugh aloud a lot, you feel light. You cry a lot, you feel light. You get angry, and then you feel light. So if you want a less violent society, we have to laugh more. Because if our tension is not released here, we are
Right.
going to have more of the communal rights. We have more
Correct.
violent activities out there on the street. And that's why theater is important. That's why clowning is important. And I will also tell you a little bit more technical thing about laughter.
Yeah.
So the amazing thing about laughter is you cannot laugh out loud alone. You need people. It's only together we can laugh. I can
Right.
give you an example. Imagine you work in a corporate. Next day you go to a corporate your job, and the CEO of the company outside of the building is standing alone and laughing out loud. What would you think? The company either has
Yeah.
gone bankrupt or is
Right.
going to get bankrupt,
Yeah.
right? It's socially not accepted that you're laughing out loud alone. बोलेगा पागल है, कुछ तो
Mhm.
हो गया है, दिमाग
Mhm.
खसक गया है. But if few employees are there and the CEO is there and everybody's laughing, you're going to get curious. You want to go and see, why are they laughing? I want to be part of it.
Right.
That's why you need people to come together and laugh. Crying, and that's why if you see old soap operas like Friends and those,
Yeah.
or Dekh by Dekh in India, they
Right.
always had the laughing track behind. You know why
Correct.
they have that? It manipulates the brain. When you're watching alone, when you hear more people laughing, you allow yourself to laugh
To
out
laugh.
loud even if you're alone. So it's
Okay.
manipulating the
Okay.
brain. And that's why laughter is a group activity, and we have to come together to laugh. And when we do that, the tension goes away and you are ready to have a civilized conversation in stressful situations. And if you don't, you're going to be violent. And that's why many people are violent, because they don't have an opportunity to come together and laugh. And
Right.
that's why theater comes in play. Theater gives you that emotional cleansing. In
Oh.
Greece they did it, in ancient times they did it. Always the clowns were always there. It's not
Mhm.
a new thing. Nowadays we use red nose, but they had different forms.
True.
Tenali Rama was a clown.
Yeah. Even in Sanskrit classic literature, we have Vidushak.
Always any theological culture will evolve to have a clown in the society, because clowns are the ones who show the mirror to the society.
Yeah.
Clown's job is not to correct problems in the society. Clown's job is to show the mirror. They show the mirror constantly.
Oh, that's a wonderful insight, Rupesh. I think we are at loss when clowns started jumping into politics and then made everything political.
Yeah.
Okay, so just leave it apart. But how this helps you as an artist?
I mean, this is what I do, and what it has given me eyes, a perspective to
Hmm.
look at the most dangerous, horrible situations in my life with clown's perspective. And
Right.
once you have the clown's perspective, you realize that uh, you try to find the human condition, that we are stuck.
Right.
And once you are stuck, only way out is to put on the red nose and say
Okay.
it's okay. Be present. Because what clowning also teaches you, that it teaches you to be present in the moment.
Hmm.
Because you know, future always pulls us, and past always pulls us back.
Back.
Only present can make you fly.
Right.
So it teaches you to be in the present. And once you are in the present, you're not thinking about the outcome of the problem. You're in the problem, trying to solve the problem. And that's what I think in real life clowning teaches us, and also teaches me as an artist. It has given me to see comedy in most of the amazing tragedies, because
Right.
tragedy plus timing or time is comedy.
Correct. So tragedy
Like
is
some
yeah. So tragedy
no
is
say
nothing but a negative comedy. That's what
no,
it
I
is.
mean the most tragic situations can be very funny.
Yes. Yes.
We all experience that. The
Mhm.
most the the greatest tragic moments in your lives, if you really try to recollect those memories, you will realize, oh my god, when you think about them now, they
Yeah.
could be the most funniest moment of your lives.
True. Very true.
It's just the time has passed, and that tragic thing has converted. So there is nothing called tragedy and comedy.
Yeah.
It's just emotional experience,
Hmm.
you know.
Yes.
During that time it was a tragedy, it became a comedy now, but this comic moment can become tragic later because you were laughing
Correct.
at the wrong time somewhere. So there is nothing like tragedy or comedy. It's emotional experience.
That's another wonderful insight. Uh, okay. Uh, Going further, so now we understood what you have learned, how this made impact on you, or how you are making impact on the society. But what exactly you do as a clown? Like you go on streets, you do what?
um yeah, what I work with is more theater clowning.
Okay.
So I do both. As I said, comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable.
Right.
So for last, so I'll start a little bit telling you about my journey as comfort the disturbed.
Okay.
And uh, I started working with Clowns Without Borders, Sweden,
Yeah.
10 years ago in 2010, and now it's 20. So 10 years I've been traveling to various places, and our goal was to provide with psychosocial aid. In simple words, make children and grown up laugh who are living under stressful situations.
Okay.
So I have been traveling in Moldova, Egypt, Israel, Palestine, Syrian border to Jordan, then Lesbos, when the whole refugee crisis was happening, people were crossing the Mediterranean Sea. I've been to all crisis zone, performed for refugees, performed for soldiers, performed for people affected by famine, floods, anything wherever people have experienced emotional trauma.
Okay.
And my job was to go there and make them laugh, so the emotional trauma becomes less painful. So I traveled in all these countries and made those children and people laugh who are living under horrible conditions, like they just have experienced war-like situations or famine or all sorts of things. And when you make them laugh, something happens. It the world opens for you and them together. And I
Mhm.
think laughter is the best medicine, because if you and I was telling you also one more amazing thing about laughter, that you cannot breathe in and laugh. Try that. All people who are watching this, try to breathe in and laugh. You cannot. You have
Okay.
to exhale.
Right.
The more you exhale, the more oxygen
Okay.
you breathe in. So you squeeze your lungs. It's very scientific. You squeeze your lungs and you let that air out, so you can have a lot of fresh air inside. So if you are in a
Oh,
stressful situation, you are dealing with a lot of traumas, somehow you stop your breathing, you not stop, but you're low.
right.
And when somebody laughs, there is a lot of oxygen comes in the body, the blood starts to flow. It's
Okay.
the best cure, instantaneous cure you can have. And that's why laughter is important in those kind of situations. And I have like a loads of stories with people, what happened and how it happened, and maybe we need the whole day for this, so we don't
Right.
have.
Yeah.
So that is one aspect of it.
Okay.
Other aspect is when I perform on stage, I have several shows, and that is disturb the comfortable.
Okay.
People who buy tickets and come and watch the show,
Right.
corporates who wants to invite us to perform, and I have couple of shows, and I've been performing them around the world.
Okay.
Uh, in all the four continents. I've traveled and performed with my solo shows, and now recently I've directed a show called Shakuntalam Agar Pura Kar Paye To,
Yeah,
that we are touring nationally in all the cities.
right.
So uh, I think
That's
as
is
an actor,
is that an adoption of a classic Shakuntal?
yes,
Okay,
a little bit inspired, I would say.
all right.
Yeah, yes, and I think as an artist, it's also very important that we are the connection between the. I mean, artists are the link between the conscience of people
Mm-hmm.
and the the politics that happens on a national level. We are the we are the thread. We represent the people, how
Okay,
people are feeling, you know.
right.
So our job, I feel, as an artist, my job is not to give solutions, but my job is to raise questions.
Absolutely.
And and using humor is the best way to raise questions, because as John Lennon said, they know how to deal with violence, they
Yes,
don't know what to do with humor.
with humor.
So yeah.
So I think you're making it very interesting, and it's been fun. Keep talking about it. But again, the time is a limitation. So I'll just come
Yes,
to
I know,
the
I know.
again, one of the important questions. After all this, people will find it interesting. But then one question is there: where to learn all these things? So you have gone all the way to Sweden to learn this. But is there any
I've been lucky,
opportunity
yeah.
in India if someone wants to learn?
uh,
Or
in India, I mean, I do a lot of clown workshops, so
okay,
that's one way to begin. Then there is other clown teachers like Ashwat Bhatt is there,
okay,
but nowadays I don't know how much he teaches. So, as I said, in our country, the research in particular art form is very limited,
right,
but there are a lot of people doing it. It's just you have to find them, and it's a big task.
yeah,
Uh, and the clowning that I do, theater clowning, is relatively new in the world, in a way that just 100 years, I would say, people have been
okay,
researching in theater clowning.
right,
Of course, it is inspired from Commedia dell'arte, and you can go back. Uh, but at the same time, clown does exist in all our traditional art forms.
mm-hmm.
And the best way to practice is find your own voice with the clowning. But you need basic techniques, basic methods. Uh, Abroad, yes, there are few teachers, but here it's a little bit difficult. But there are people who are doing
Okay.
constant workshops.
But
So you have
if
to just
someone
look
wants
out for
to,
them.
yeah, if someone wants to go abroad, uh, where the kind of the education is available.
It's very hard. Um
I'm not asking for
for only for
recommendation, it's just the
No,
information.
because you know what? For me, I studied in Sweden. I've been very fortunate, and I went to the national school, and I had very great, amazing teachers.
Right.
So, but I also lived there and I worked there as a theater artist. So, so education there was free. So it wasn't like
Okay.
uh, so it was all different setup. I spent 10 years in Sweden.
Okay.
So there are a lot of great teachers like Gaulier, and there are many masters in France, and but it's very expensive. I don't know, they charge so much money.
Yeah.
So I feel best is to learn basics and go in the communities and learn through doing, which I did.
Learn by
I,
experience.
of course, I learned, but I learned a lot by experience.
Right.
I learned a lot.
Okay. All right. So there are a lot of engineers and uh, aspiring doctors in this country. But as you know, there is a clown
Yeah,
doctoring. If we start making clown engineering, I think we can turn around a lot of people to get into this side as well, which is very, very important,
absolutely.
right? How do you see, like,
Very important.
you are locked up, I'm locked up, everybody is locked up at home. How do you think art makes a difference?
You know, uh, the moment we are locked down, we realize why and how art is important. Because nobody's sitting there and doing calculations about their bank accounts and things like that. What
Right.
people really want to do, people who have homes, I'm talking about,
Yeah.
they are watching Netflix, they're reading books, they're revisiting poetry. They want to go online and see who's saying what. This is an immediate expression of a human being. That
Mhm.
tells us that we are people, we are living. Art makes us realize that we are living. It's
Right.
not your bank account. If it does, people would be different.
Yes.
What makes you realize when you recite poetry, when you watch something on the OTT platforms, or when you
When you paint.
communicate with your family, that's the best theater. When was the last time whole your family was locked down like this for that long time? And you will suddenly realize that's the best theater. You are having all the emotional breakdowns, you're screaming at each other, you're loving each other, that is theater. That is what theater is about. It's about human experience. And now, being locked out, we are experiencing the best art possible. And of course, at the same time, I'm very sorry for a country like us. We have a lot of troubles with a lot of poor people and people living below poverty line, and we have to do something. So I always say, take care of yourself and one more person.
Yep.
That we all have to do. Take
Right.
care of yourself and one more person. We have two Uruguayan artists. They didn't have a place to go. So a day before lockdown, I told them to come from Varanasi. Though I took a risk, I didn't know if they are infected, not in, but I just tell, come and stay with us, because better we suffer together than you being on the streets. Because
Yep.
in Varanasi, the hotel, they wanted to throw them out.
Oh,
So help people.
okay. I think that's a very important thing you said, that take care of yourself and one more person. So we'll just
Again,
yeah, you hear
hello.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I was just saying that we are not stopping communication. Uh, it will be continued, but as of
No.
now, we have to stop here. So thank you very much for being with us.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, sharing all your knowledge, and I think hopefully someone will inspire from this, and we can see more and more clowns on road rather than seeing
Yes.
all this violence and uh, all these things.
Yes.
Right. So take care, stay safe,
Yeah.
and thank you very much.
You too. Thank
Thanks
you
a lot.
very
Yeah.
much. Bye.